Alright, so here we are. Halo, the Master Chief Collection running on the Steam Deck OLED. Just landing on the main menu is a nostalgic trip. That iconic Halo theme hits, and the UI is clean, modern, and surprisingly smooth on the handheld. Everything's laid out across the top. Campaigns, multiplayer, firefight, and extras. Easy to navigate even with thumbsticks. What really stands out here is the lineup. You've got Halo, Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo 2, Anniversary Halo 3, ODST, Halo, Reach, and Halo 4, all bundled into one massive collection. Each game is selectable individually, complete with its own campaign and multiplayer settings. Seeing them all lined up like that on a portable OLED screen is honestly wild. Every title feels like a chapter in one long, epic saga. The transitions between menus are smooth, and the whole interface feels surprisingly at home on the deck. Jumping into Halo, Reach on the Steam Deck OLED, and the first thing I noticed, it's holding steady at around 50 frames per second. For a game this visually detailed on a handheld, that's pretty impressive. The frame pacing feels consistent, and despite not hitting a full 60, it's smooth enough to make the experience feel fluid and responsive. Menus load quickly, cutscenes play without stutter, and the transition into missions is seamless. Even during the more cinematic moments, the frame rate stays solid around that 50 mark, which is a sweet spot, especially considering this is running on a portable device. The OLED screen really elevates the visuals too. Darks are deeper, lights pop more, and everything just has that extra layer of polish. Overall, Reach at 50 FPS feels great on the Steam Deck. It's a testament to how well this collection is optimized, and honestly, it doesn't feel like you're sacrificing much at all by playing it on the go. So here we are with Halo, Reach running on the Steam Deck OLED. And yes, it's holding a steady 60 frames per second. Right from the title screen, everything feels tight and fluid. Navigating menus is snappy, transitions are instant, and that OLED display just makes the colors and lighting pop in a way that's honestly hard to go back from. What really stands out is how stable the frame rate is. Even as the game loads into missions or cinematic sequences, it doesn't dip. It's consistently smooth, and that makes a huge difference in how immersive the whole experience feels. On a handheld, hitting that 60 FPS mark is huge, especially for a title that wasn't originally built for portable hardware. The Steam Deck OLED really brings out the best in Reach. Blacks are deeper, lighting feels more natural, and those high frame rates make animations look far more fluid. Whether you're just navigating through the campaign menu or watching cutscenes, everything just feels seamless. And the best part? It's all running locally, no cloud streaming, no compromises. Just Halo. Reach running at full speed in your hands. Seeing this level of performance on a device this small is still kind of wild. It honestly feels like you're playing on a mini console with a premium display. Alright, running Halo. Reach on the Steam Deck OLED at 70 frames per second, and wow, the difference is noticeable. The fluidity of the UI and menu transitions immediately stands out. Everything responds instantly, and that higher frame rate just adds a layer of polish you don't usually expect from a handheld. Even just sitting in the campaign menu or browsing through mission options, the motion is buttery smooth. The OLED display adds even more depth. The blacks are rich, the contrast is crisp, and combined with that 70 FPS performance, it almost feels like you're using a high-end desktop monitor in miniature. What's most impressive is how stable it all is. There's no stuttering, no screen tearing, just a rock-solid frame delivery that makes the whole interface feel alive. Animations, cutscene transitions, and even the subtle camera movements on the menu background look cleaner than ever. This is one of those moments where you realize just how far portable hardware has come. Seeing Reach running this well at 70 FPS on a device this size with a screen this good, it's honestly kind of surreal. Booting up Halo. Reach on the Steam Deck OLED, and seeing it push a steady 80 frames per second is nothing short of impressive. Right from the moment you hit the title screen, there's this immediate smoothness that just feels different. The higher frame rate breathes new life into the menus. Everything scrolls like silk, transitions are instant, and the responsiveness is top tier. You really notice it in the small things, the animated backgrounds, the fade-ins between menu layers, the way text appears. It's all incredibly fluid, and paired with the OLED screen, the visual quality hits another level. Blacks are deep, colors are vivid, and lighting effects have this soft, natural glow that just doesn't come through the same way on standard displays. Even in the pre-game menus, you can tell the extra frames are doing heavy lifting. Movement is smooth and cohesive, nothing looks choppy or delayed, and it makes everything feel more premium, like you're interacting with something far more powerful than a handheld. And that's kind of the magic here. Reach running at 80 FPS on a portable system, with no performance dips, no tearing, and no input delay. It's smooth in every sense of the word. It's also worth noting how quiet and cool the deck stays throughout. Despite that high frame rate, it doesn't feel like you're pushing the system too hard. Everything's optimized well, and the result is a console-quality experience in your hands, running smoother than many setups did back when Reach first launched. Honestly, playing at 80 FPS on a display like this changes how the game feels entirely, even before you touch gameplay. It's responsive, immersive, and just visually satisfying in a way that's hard to describe until you see it running in person. Halo. Reach running at 90 frames per second on the Steam Deck OLED is seriously impressive. The moment you load into the menus, it's all incredibly smooth. Every animation, every transition just glides. There's zero stutter, and the responsiveness feels immediate. That OLED screen really shows off the fluid motion. Deep blacks, crisp highlights, and the UI just looks alive at this frame rate. It honestly feels closer to a high-end desktop experience than something handheld. At 90 FPS, even just sitting in menus is satisfying. It's fast, clean, and insanely polished. The deck handles it like a champ, cool, quiet, and consistent.